joined by head coach Denise Dillon and Kelsey Lidge. We'll start with opening statements from Coach Dillon.
Well, I wasn't really aware of that stat that we just heard. I remember the 2 championship games, but I think I forgot everything prior to that. Extremely proud of the team's fight today. We talked how it would be a game of possessions, and just in the timeouts, just telling them, we'll find a way. It doesn't have to be pretty, and it certainly wasn't from start to finish. It wasn't pretty, but we found a way, and how we did it. Talking with Chris after the game, right here, Kelsey Lidge leading the way, convincing her teammates all season that they're capable of doing so much more than they even realize. So here we are, opportunity here at home, playing the championship, just the exact plan that they had set, and we couldn't be happier.
I mean, as a senior and as a captain, I can't let those nerves that I might be feeling take over, because I need to stay on the top of my game for my team. So keeping that down and keeping their nerves in check is one of the biggest focuses for me personally. So just making sure everyone's calm and knowing that whoever's taking the shot, your shot is going in. The other 4 on the court, your shot is a miss, so we can get that offensive rebound.
Right. Exactly. Well, it was definitely that second quarter where we had to change. Delaware made the adjustments. We just played them last week, and we watched them play yesterday, but because they really turned the heat up on Northeastern, and we expected that, but our response wasn't great. And I felt once our offense was struggling, our defense was lapsing, and that was something we addressed immediately. We said, we talk about it all year. Why are we in this position? They said defense and rebounding, and sure enough, went out in that second quarter and set the tone. I didn't even allow them a field goal. So it certainly was, yes, it was a long game. You play 45 minutes, but it was that second quarter that gave us any chance of winning.
You said about the effectiveness of your full court press.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. We talk about doing a zone press. We match up in the full court in the beginning, just wanted to use some of our matchup. But this team always comes back to saying they're more comfortable with the scramble, just running around. And Kelsey on the basketball, she makes the reads. She's going to jump to that next pass to get the trap, and then others are denying elsewhere. So it's just the read and react defense, and when you have a team that has great chemistry, they can definitely take advantage with that, and they became really disruptive. Our defense created offense, and that's definitely a must for us. Right. Well, it's a great challenge to go up against Nicole. She's a force to reckon with. Around the basket, attacking the basket, and Bailey is now familiar with her, now playing in her second year and facing her this many times. She realizes the importance of trying to get her out of position and then just contesting the shots. But she uses her length nicely, but the biggest thing is even the rebounding. I think Nicole does a great job on the boards following up her shot. I think the disruption of us trying to double, switching those screens really came into play.
Well, I mean, in the locker room, our focus was still on defense. I wasn't even on the mindset of offense. It would come eventually. I knew it would, but our focus was defense, get a stop, and that'll lead to offensive possessions for us. So we still are, what got us here was defense, so we have to stay with that.
Coach Kelsey and Bailey were fouled.
Right.
We got some role players and bench players to step up. How big that was?
It's been the biggest thing for us this year, just having players in the rotation. Every day they're seeing the same thing at practice. They compete against each other, and they don't know when their number's going to be called, but when it is, they know they have to be on and ready. And Nikki Metzel did a real good job of coming in, being physical around the basket, doing a nice job on switching those ball screens, and then offensively, too, stepping out and hitting that three. There's no time to think at this point. You just have to. It has to be the read and react on defense, and then just wanting the ball on the offensive end. Not to make a play, make something happen, but we have to force them to guard all 5 of us. So, yeah, I was pleased with being able to get Anna, Megan in there as well. They just contributed a great deal, and that's what we've been about, the team basketball. No, I actually was ready to call her number out of the timeout after, and I was like, yeah, she's better just not thinking about it, just getting to the open spot, taking the shot, instead of putting her in the spot to get the look. I think we'll move her into that position as her career continues, but for now, it's, hey, they're going to leave me open, I'm going to take the shot. Right. Well, I was just aware, why are we in this position? You got to get the ball in the person's hands that has helped you and who's not going to panic and who's going to make a play. And we were trying to run a couple looks for Kels. Her slip into the basket, I thought they did a real nice job of helping. So we just, connected at one of the timeouts. I said, well, what do you want? And we both agreed on one of our ISO plays on the sideline, and she took advantage. So that's where we stand. You have to go down fighting or survive fighting and put the ball in the hands of the person who wants that responsibility. Woods. No, not at this point. We'll find out shortly. So, yeah, the unknown. Good. Thank you very much.